What happens if you go back in time to kill your grandfather in a branching timeline system? In this system, when you go back in time, you create a branch. The original timeline is unaffected by your time travel. Because of the way this works, the original timeline is preserved. The original timeline can never be changed. And by extension, this means that a branching timeline system is immune to paradoxes. You then continue to exist on the branch of the timeline that you're currently on. And moving forward in time doesn't create a branch. Even if you were to time travel, say 100 years into the future, nothing changes because you didn't change anything. You just move forward faster than everybody else. So what happens if you go back in time under this system to kill your grandfather? It's pretty simple. You go back in time and you kill your grandfather, and now the timeline continues with the death of your grandfather. This, of course, does not create a paradox because the original timeline has not been affected. When you traveled back in time to kill your grandfather, you created a branch in the timeline, and the grandfather in the branch that you've created is dead, but your real grandfather is in the original timeline and is still alive and continues to live his life, which eventually leads up to you existing and being able to travel back in time to kill your grandfather in the first place. It is also possible to go back in time and meet your younger self in the system, because again, that's not really you, that's the alternate version of you in the branch that you've created. So nothing you say or do to your younger self will actually change you, because you are from a different timeline with a different history. One problem a time traveler will bump into with this system is that because every time they travel back in time it creates a new branch, and moving forward causes them to move forward in the time branch that they're already on, it's now impossible for them to return to their original timeline. The only way it would be possible is if they found a way to jump between timelines, to travel from one timeline to another, not traveling forward or backwards in time, but to a parallel time. Although depending on how the system handles it, this could be considered a form of time travel, and attempting to return to the original branch may cause another branch. The last thing to keep in mind is that managing a timeline like this can be quite a mess. Every single time someone travels backwards in time, it creates another branch. And the placement of the branch depends on which point in time the person is jumping from and how far back they are jumping to. Eventually, you can end up with a tangled mess.